All right, I'm live. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome back to my channel. The number one place I really do feel for entrepreneurs who are marketing on behalf of their own business. They're doing content marketing on social media and elsewhere, and they really need their content marketing to convert. If your content marketing doesn't convert, it's a big waste of your time as an entrepreneur. Even if you fancy yourself to be an influencer, you still need conversions. If you've got some sort of sponsored gig and you want people to click on the link or go visit a website for your sponsor and they don't do it or they don't do it enough, they're not going to ask you back. They're certainly not going to, give you more money the next time if they do continue to deal with you. If you've got good KPIs or key performance indicators, lots of clicks, lots of purchases, then you're going to get folks that want to continue to have sponsored deals with you. Hey, Anise, what's going on? Good to see you. Hashtag live. Mike from Valley Smithy is here. Good morning. Hashtag live. Do me a favor, guys, whether you're a paid student of mine or not, hashtag live, hashtag replay. It really does help this live stream out. Forget how it makes me feel, though I would love it. It's going to push this out while everything is live. More the algorithms on YouTube and also on the replay to people who have subscribed to me. Hey, Marcy, what's going on? Hashtag live. Good morning. Lenore Love is here. She says hashtag live. It always takes me to get a while to get on live. Yup. No, I hear you. Sometimes I can get right on, and sometimes it's a minute or two for my internet, but that's life in upstate New York, which I otherwise do love. All right, just a quick sip, you guys. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. And also do me a favor. Give this video a big thumbs up. That also helps to push things out. Sorry, I'm a little parched. Okay, so we're in the middle of, we're on day 23. Hello, Nelda, what's going on? Nelda's here, hashtag live, thank you. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, click the bell notification, select all, because every day during the month of February 2023, we're going to go live with a quick free training. We're in the midst of what we call the 30-day, social media growth challenge. This is not like a follow for follow kind of pod for anyone who's new or relatively new watching me. This is all about getting your ideal customer, or if you're an influencer, your ideal content consumer, to join your social media following more and more. Growing your following wide and deep with really qualified leads. You really do have to think like an entrepreneur. Most of my students, especially my paid ones, are more traditional entrepreneurs, but influencers, you have a business model too, and really things do tend to work the same. So, so you need people to click on links, you need people to buy your merch, you need people to buy your stuff. You want people to click on links and give you affiliate income. So it's all about getting content marketing that converts, but you have to build a following that is wide and deep. And so what we're doing during the 30-day challenge, for those people who are challengers and not just enjoying the free trainings, which is all sorts of fine, is they're posting to their social media channels, at least the top 2 social media platforms that are most important to their niche, one piece of original content a day. So again, to be clear, because people join us at different times, the one piece of content that's original content can be the same on each of those platforms. What I don't want you to do, unless it's Facebook and Instagram and you're sharing through the Meta Business Suite, then otherwise go ahead and do it. I just don't want you to share back and forth otherwise between platforms. For example, if you do a reel on Instagram that could also be a short on TikTok or vice versa, don't share, because when you're sharing stuff between companies, I don't care if you get one of those apps that erase the logo for say TikTok. So you posted something to TikTok and you're like, ooh, my people would like this on Instagram Reels too. Or I can catch some of my ideal customers on Instagram as well. Sure, you can. And you should be doing 2 social media platforms daily, even as a solopreneur. Here's the thing. If you share your TikTok, you download that finished TikTok, even if you get an app to wipe off that logo and you push it up to Instagram as a reel, you're still going to get dumbed down reach, because the AI, or the artificial intelligence running the algorithms on every platform, knows what the source file is. You're not fooling them. So, and it's the AIs that are really going to help you to get out in front of more humans that need to see your stuff. Now, Lenore says, oh, okay, hold on just a second. She said, oh my, should have made a pit stop at Joe's on the way back from Syracuse. I totally spaced. Girl, it actually turns out you're good that you didn't. If you're talking about, well, Saturday, Sunday, we were open. Monday through Thursday this week, Joe's, we're doing a lot of like maintenance and repair work. So we had to take a couple of days to close down to get all that stuff done. Then we're going to reopen, and, then we're open 7 days a week for the whole rest of the year, basically. So if you were coming on Monday, you might have seen us closed, but you could have said hi to my husband, who was working in there with some folks. Okay. So if you're a challenger, you've been posting once a day we're on day 23 of the challenge. So you've been doing this for at least 22 days. And you are in the Facebook group also, Content Marketing for Conversions. Oops. What did I do? You guys still there? Let me know. Technical difficulties. Okay. You're also in the Facebook group, Content Marketing for Conversions. It's a free group. There's 2 freebies in the file section at the top of the group feed that you're welcome to once you're in the group. That'll help you with your content marketing anyway, challenge or no challenge. But you guys know you're going in every day and you're posting on the post for that day. Today is day 23. And you're showing me screenshots of your analytics for at least the top 2 social media platforms for your niche, so that this way, hey, Marcy, what's going on? Good to see you. At least this way we know that you're actually posting. And everybody's been seeing growth. More followers, more views, more watch time where applicable, more people on their email list. Several people have said they've gotten sales that they know one way or another they can track or trace to the fact that they've been posting more, and they're more of an active business. They're remaining more top of mind with their ideal customer. And since all I'm asking you to do is to post one piece of content to just 2 platforms a day, that's not 2 separate original pieces of content today, especially if you're a solopreneur. That's crazy. And again, whether you're in the challenge to win prizes or not, and again, the post with all the rules for the prizes is in the free Content Marketing for Conversions Facebook groups. That's Facebook group, Content Marketing for Conversions. There's like 500 some odd of us in there. Just make sure that you go and look up the prize rules there. You can use the search feature on the top of the group feed and you'll get it. But everybody, there have been so many people that go, I didn't even ever look at my analytics, or I didn't even know where to look. And then I didn't even pay attention to them, even if I did know where they were. How many people are now saying they're making more intelligent decisions because every day they post and they're doing a 24-hour look back at the content that they posted already. And as I said, over time, you can start doing 1-week look backs and get a whole lot more information that should appropriately guide your content creation moving forward a little bit better every day. You're not throwing spaghetti against the wall, hoping something sticks. If that's how you feel with your content marketing, just paying attention to your analytics and letting them slowly, just over time, what you see, you accrue, and it helps you through more and more, in terms of your decision making, what tends to land better with your ideal customers or the people who are following with you versus who doesn't. If you don't look, you can't see, you can't be guided by anything, but then you can't be frustrated. And we're going to get to today's teachable moment in a minute. You can't afford to be frustrated when you're fumbling around in the dark, when the analytics are the functional equivalent of a flashlight that would help shine the way forward. And the journey of 1,000 steps starts with 1 step at a time, 1 day's posting at a time. You're using the analytics as a flashlight. You're looking behind, then you're looking ahead, and you're just going one well-created and well-optimized post at a time. If you're having problems, and the people in the challenge, a lot of them are my paid students, but some of them are not. If you are having problems with your content marketing and you're like, I'm posting every day on at least the top 2 social media platforms for my niche. I'm really not seeing them translating into sales. Okay. I may be growing my audience, and that's cool, but I'm not seeing things translate into sales. You do want to take a look at funnelDynasty.com. I have to use glasses nowadays. funnelDynasty.com. Go take a look at that, because that is my one-on-group coaching program. I don't do one-on-one anymore. But that's my one-on-group coaching program that comes with a 7-module course that will walk you through everything from branding through analytics, and you will learn how to optimize your posts better, not just for social search, but for algorithmic compulsion. I define what that is in the course. And of course, how to get the human beings to one piece of content at a time, kind of slide down each piece of content as its own marketing and sales funnel unto itself. That's why the course and the whole experience is called Funnel Dynasty. So do make sure that you check that out. All right. So today's teaching is about being in the middle. Okay. A lot of people, after they launch their business, they go through the honeymoon phase. How many people here, both live and on the replay, let me know, where do you think you are in your business? Do you feel like you're more of a beginner? Do you feel like you're more of an intermediate kind of business person? Do you feel advanced? In Funnel Dynasty, I have blueprints that define what each leg of that journey is. Beginner is somebody that they're just getting started, obviously, in business, marketing, or both. They may or may not have their branding set for their business. They probably do have their business model laid out. They may or may not be really good at figuring and factoring what makes their ideal customer tick, not just in terms of demographics, but in terms of psychographics. But also, you may or may not have proof of concept yet, meaning you don't have a sale from someone that's not a friend, a relative, an acquaintance, a neighbor, kids, parent, spousal connection, coworker, past and or present. If you're in direct sales, or you ever have been, that's your Franks. I think your business doesn't really have true proof of concept, not for nothing, no offense, until a stranger picks up their credit card or their debit or whatever and says, take my money. Until that happens, you just have friends and family buying from you. And I'm not saying it's all pity buying. It's not necessarily, but I'm all but guaranteeing you, you really don't have a business that's translating with strangers. Okay. Once you do have proof of concept and you're running at least 2 sales promotions a month, and it's not if you're going to make money during each of those sales promotions, it's, how much. Okay, there's other benchmarks in the blueprints in Funnel Dynasty, but I'll put that aside for now. Once you're out of that range, I do think it's fair to call yourself an intermediate business owner. Intermediate business owner, it's not if you're profitable, you are. And you have total confidence that you're profitable and that your business can get new customers every month. And then more importantly, you have repeat customers off the folks that have already bought for you, for themselves or for other people or both. You're getting repeat customers, not just products businesses, services, coaches, course creators, things like that. Any business model, you should have repeat customers and not just new customers. The hardest customers to get, of course, are the ones you get in the beginning. After they bought from you once, if they bought from you a second time and they're still getting what they need and service with a smile and all that, they will buy for themselves and or for other people. Whenever they're ready, willing, and able to, they're going to buy, and they're going to do it from you because they know, like, and trust your business and its offerings, and they know that your offerings can get them out of pain and into pleasure. You're an intermediate business owner. You are running at least 3 sales promotions a month, income producing events a month, and you don't have a problem with it. You are investing into your business for sure by now. A lot of beginners will too, because you have enough profit margin to do it. And you might be getting independent contractors. You might be getting part-time to full-time employees. Once you're an advanced business owner, you definitely have employees. You may also leverage independent contractors too. I know I do. Your business is making 6 figures in at least pre-tax income. Post-tax, great. There's no ceiling on an advanced business owner. It's just scaling from tax bracket to tax bracket, right? And it's keeping your business profitable because, of course, the more you invest, the more you have to cover. But if everyone's pulling their weight, you don't have a problem doing that. My advanced business students, they're definitely either making an offering to their email list, social, or both daily to near daily, or at least every week. They definitely have a different sales promotion going on for X amount of days. They have no problems asking for money and they will get it. All right, let me read some of my comments. And he says the analytics are fascinating to see. I had no idea that they were so in depth. They are. They are. So Anise feels she's beginner-ish. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate everybody sharing where they think they are in the journey because that takes some vulnerability and transparency. And I appreciate that. That's leadership. So Lenore Love says she's definitely feeling intermediate. Marcy says, probably an intermediate. I launched 20 years ago. I make good sales, but my reach is not what I want. I think I'm not reaching my ideal customer. And that may be part of your issue. You're reaching some, and you probably have a fair amount of good repeat customers being in business for 20 plus years, Marcy, I'm sure. But you should be able to scale to the moon by reaching as many people as you possibly can. Paid ads and paid traffic is great, but if you're not converting really well organically, and or you don't have the profit margin to, in a fiscally responsible way, invest in paid ads, you got to trudge along with the organic only. But you never put down organic in exchange for paid ads. It's eventually going to be both. Both can help you scale and grow. I'm not an ads coach. I don't want to be everything to everybody, but I'm not anti-ads. What I don't like is when somebody is like, I'm not getting good growth and good engagement, let alone sales that I feel that I can track from my social following, from if you're on a podcast or YouTube. I don't really have like a big engaged audience, right? You don't need, and this was one of the teachings in the replay list. Let me copy that over. It's in the show notes down below. If you have to catch up with any of the previous free trainings, you do that. But let me post it here too in the live chat. Oh, Nelda says she's advanced. She supports herself with her Zazzle business. That is good. Michelle McLaughlin says intermediate. My sales mainly come from repeat customers and referrals. My struggle is new followers on Instagram and likes. I heard you say something about how hard it is for a stranger to order. I'll circle back to that in a minute. I definitely will. Jacqueline's on. What's going on? Intermediate. Okay, good. So I have a fair amount of intermediate people. I have people coming to me through Funnel Dynasty, beginner, intermediate. And yes, I have had some advanced people come and they're like, I'm at six figures. What can you help me do? And within a matter of, depending upon how much they put themselves and their team into it, because at advanced, you definitely have a team. You cannot support advanced all by yourself. Intermediate, it's questionable. You need to start leaning into at least independent contractors, if not part-time to full-time paid people. Otherwise, you're just going to burn yourself out. And it's not going to be fun anymore. Just a second. I've had people increase their sales within a business quarter 15 to 25% when they're already at 100,000 or more when they come to me. So, and my website definitely has a bunch of testimonials on it. I got a couple things to finish on it, but the testimonials page goes on a couple of pages and most of it's up. I'm doing it all myself for fun, but the testimonials are definitely there. Nobody's last names are blurred. Everybody's real. And most of those folks are intermediate to advanced at this point. They are chugging along. Michelle says, I'm about to order your March popularity plan because I need help with emailing subscribers. Ooh, so thank you for that. And then I will circle back to Michelle and Marcy's concerns jointly because they're in the middle. Okay, most y'all identified as intermediate. So you're definitely in this like middle space. And this is a perfect way for me to back end into today's teachings, but I don't mind hanging out a little bit extra for folks that are definitely playing full out, which we definitely have today. Could you guys do me a favor and give this video a big thumbs up, please? Both live and on the replay. It helps to push this out to more people. I can definitely tell we have quite a few people on here. I do have some thumbs up, but if you could give me more, I consider it like a tip in my tip jar, if you will. And that really helps other people. Forget me. I'm fine. I have an advanced business. I'm fine. But I want this to be pushed out to other people live and on the replay, if you wouldn't mind. All right. So the March popularity plan is definitely in the show notes below. And it's definitely the pinned comment for today's live chat slash replay. Make sure you check it out, guys, because for 37 bucks, you get every month now, we have well over 100 graphics that are in each pack. And we definitely, since the end of last year, the beginning of this year, everything is fresh and new. So we have 138 graphics, most of which are March centric because we're going into March, right? And that's when you would want to use a lot of these, if not all of them, to post anywhere between 1 to 3 times a day if you would like. Just with the graphics being done, that does make your life easier. It also comes with every month 15 swipe files so that you can have, in this case, 15 March centric social media posts. Okay, already pre-templated out for you. You copy paste, you fill in the blanks, you tweak the language if you feel you need to. And between the 15 social media post swipes and at least 15 out of the 138 graphics going into next month, bada boom, you have roughly half of March with your daily base, your daily deliverable, as we talked about one of the past coachings, covered. Okay. Then, as what was it? Michelle said, every popularity plan comes with 4 swipe files for emails, one assigned to every week for that particular month. That is, basically a template. Fill in some blanks, tweak the language if you feel you need to, and you at least have one email going out a week to your list. Because as I said before, and I'll say again, if you're not emailing your list every single week, at least once a week, and you can Google the stats. This is not the gospel according to Stacey Storino here. I've only been a coach for 10 years and an entrepreneur in total for 25. I've lived it, but you can go Google this stuff. It'll prove out. You ignore your list except for once in a blue where timidly you run a sale. Folks are going to forget you exist. So they're going to be more likely to unsubscribe, not less likely. So you do need to email your list weekly. Even if it is simply a relationship marketing type email. Hey, this is what's going on in my life. I bet given the holidays and or the tentpole event days, these are things that you could do or might be doing, hit reply and let me know. And so these things are pre-written for you because especially if you're a solopreneur, you're wearing all the hats and it's hard. Challenge or no challenge, it's hard to put points on the board every day or even close to it. So for 37 bucks, you are not going to find something like this anywhere else at that price. You're going to have 4 pre-written emails, fill in blanks and tweak, 15 social media posts, fill in blanks, tweak, and 138 total graphics. Most of them are March centric specifically, and some you can definitely use when you want to. So it depends on what other kind of content you put out. But you're not going to get a better deal for that. And I didn't even think to offer that to my students until about 2 years ago, where students were asking me, could you come out with this? This is when you know your students have, and I will circle back to Marcy and Michelle's concerns now. This is when you know you have a lot of KLT factor with your following or no like and trust factor. They're not only willing to put up their credit cards and say, here, take my money. They're like, hey, can you take more of my money? I trust you enough to solve this problem with me. Now I want you to help me with the next problem that comes up. Or this and this together would happen to solve my particular problem more. So I and my designer came up with, the popularity plan packs. So you've got to love that. Michelle says, I appreciate you saying that. I was always afraid to email my list thinking they won't want another email. You want to laugh? Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill that Lenore mentioned is my family's business. I took them from barely profitable in 2015 going into 16 to a 7-figure business by 2018. And it was through email marketing and content marketing. And they were like, no, for the first 6 months, my husband and my father-in-law who own that business, they were like, you can do everything else you want. You cannot start an email list. And I'm like, why? It costs you nothing because we did MailChimp and up to the first 1,000, it's free. Now they're like almost 10,000 email subscribers in. So they definitely had a come to Jesus moment, if you don't mind my saying. And I had to keep showing them stats and showing them stats. And they said exactly what Michelle said, or something close to it, where they're all paranoid schizophrenic that people don't need another email. Who wants to have an email from a hamburger, hot dog, ice cream joint anyway? We're not a coach. Like, I don't understand. Like, this might work for other business models, but it's not going to work for ours. And what you're telling us, because we're a products based business, or an edible products based business, if you will, in the case of Joe's, you're telling us that we have to give 20% off? Go Google, folks, why under 20% for a coupon code or a sale does not work. In fact, if you do 5%, you will piss people off more. And go Google it. This is not the gospel according to Stacey Storino. You don't have to believe me. My stuff is vettable. I've been coaching for a decade. I know. But I will tell you, if you don't offer a 20% discount or higher, if your products, edible products based, a lot of service-based businesses, like your consultation is free or your first service is 20% off or something like that, you will not get people, or very many people, on your email list. This is in 1995. No one wants to get email updates from you just cause, and nobody wants to get your newsletter. That's not going to get people to come on. A freebie, if you're a coach, course creator, influencer, will get you on. Mr. Beast grew a huge email list to sell not only his merch to, but his Feastable chocolate products too, by saying, hey, get on my email list and you will get access to a video that I will never put on YouTube. So even in his case, he didn't even give them a coupon, he gave them a video. But if your products are edible products, or even a lot of service-based businesses, 20% off will get people on the email list. Now, here comes my father-in-law going, hey, now that's 20% out of my profit. And I'm like, then raise your prices. Price high enough so you can discount low enough to get people on the email list. But why do I want to do that? Okay, I can see they'll get on at 20%. I can't do less. You're showing me the stats. I had to print everything out for him because he's in his late 70s. He's not going online, but that's okay. I finally showed him it's not just me and my personal opinion, or what worked for me and some of my coaching students through the years, because I started coaching around 2013, right? So this is like 15 going into 16. And he's like, nobody wants email. But your ideal customer wants to hear from you. You're willing to talk shop, so over-the-top food, like cool food, which you serve all the basics, but then some. Your real foodies are going to want to hear from you. You're going to provide value to them every week, not just by announcing the specials and occasionally having a site-wide sale, which they can do through Chow Now, which is a provider for them, that they can take online orders through. They now have an app, and they can run sales on the app too. And they will run 20 to 30% off sales, or buy one, get one free, or whatever. But it's not just 60% of people will get on a business's email list because they want to know about the sales. They want coupons. They want insider information. It's a larger number than 60% that want insider information. But when you consider the fact that 60% of all people who get on want coupons and want to be sold to, when they're ready, willing, and able to buy. So obviously they're not buying every week in most cases, but they want to hear from you. When you don't email them every single week, your world revolves around your life, your family, if you have one, in your business. Nobody else is thinking about you, no matter how much they love you, every single day of every single week. So they don't hear from you for like a month or longer. They don't hear from you for a couple of weeks. They even wonder if they even subscribe to your email list to begin with. Can you imagine? They think they've been spammed. So do yourself a favor. Once a week, email them. If you're not an advanced business and or you don't feel comfortable running a sale, a site-wide sale, a coupon code every single week, you don't have to. But on at least 2 sales a month, or 2 income producing promotions a month, or you don't feel like a business to anybody. And at least 2 weeks out of the month, you're emailing them about the sale. The other 2 weeks, you should be doing content marketing. So isn't there like a piece of content that you want to drive them to? So for my students who do a YouTube video once a week, send them a link to the YouTube video. That's what we did with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. We would be like, hey, we have a new YouTube video up. Thought you'd want to see it. This is how we make our rodeo burger. And people would go and watch the video and, oh, hey, what do you know? Sales for the rodeo burger would spike for the next 24 to 72 hours. So without even saying buy the rodeo burger. We're like, this is how it's made. This is our tips, tricks, and techniques to keep, the beef and all the ingredients fresh and whatever. This is how we make it. This is why we make it better than anyone else. We didn't even say buy it. In the video, it's not call whatever phone number to go place an order for it. It's serving up value to, in this case, foodies. Okay. So foodies love to talk shop about their favorite thing, which is the basics done excellent and up leveled and all sorts of over the top food. And my father-in-law saw that even though he was doing sales and discounts, every week or whatever, or close to it, he ended up making more money because most people want to be sold to. When they're ready, willing, and able to, they'll buy. And it's exciting to have a coupon that's going to expire or a special and we only have it for 24 hours or whatever. People like the excitement. They like the hunt, the thrill, and the chase. If you're too scared to reach out and say, hey, here's a link to a Facebook Live that I did on my page. Here's a link to the replay. Come and watch it because I'm teaching you a tip, trick, and technique that's going to help you this summer. Okay, starring my products, but that's okay. Come and learn the tip, trick, and technique. And no matter what, you get like a digital doggy bag to take home that's going to help you live your life better. You can give them a link to that replay if you're like, I don't do YouTube or I don't have a podcast or I don't write a weekly blog post. I don't care. There's something that you can drive them to. Did you do a carousel that's kind of like a little guidebook or a tip book for something on Instagram? You can send an email to people saying, I published this earlier today on Instagram. Come and take a look at it. It's going to benefit you because. So without giving away the full value, you can drive people to your Instagram account and get followers who didn't even think about following you on Insta. And then, of course, they're going to see it. And of course, they may tag other people or they may download it or they may share it or what have you on Instagram. They may do the same thing from your Facebook page, just with the quick little, say, 10, 15-minute demo that you did or teaching that you did. So you don't have to be a coach or a course creator. If you create skin creams and you can't talk shop about how people have to protect their skin come spring, come summer, the new fall, whatever, flavors and mixes and stuff, if you can't talk shop, you don't know your stuff well enough to sell it. And that might come across in what you're doing. So most people, you're not peddling trash. Most people, you know what you're doing. Most people, you really are using your talents to make the world a better place, one ideal customer at a time. But when you're stuck in the middle, you're not email marketing. When you're not able to progress into fully intermediate to advanced beginner to intermediate or go intermediate to advanced, you're too afraid to sell. So once a month, maybe, because you're like a hobbyist, but then you get hobbyist income and then you're pissed that you're not making enough money, right? So, or you're afraid to email, or you're afraid to build up an email list where if you price high enough and you discount low enough, you are going to be making more money for running sales 2, 3, even up to 4 times a month. That's why my father-in-law, who was like, I do not want to get an email list going. Nobody needs to read another email. Nobody's going to want to hear from us. It's going to be too pushy to sell. My father-in-law is in his 70s. He's not used to content marketing like this. And if your ideal customer is young at heart, Gen Xer, Gen Y, or Gen Z, if you're not email marketing and you're not doing social media content marketing on the daily or close, you don't exist, or they forget you exist. And they go, did I even get on this email? You think you're not being pushy. You think you're not being too much. And the other person's like, who now? And they want off your list. And they may even report you as spam because they're pissed. They don't remember who you are and or they don't care anymore. You need to make your ideal customer care enough to get onto your email list, to get the freebie, the coupon, or both. And then every week, once a week, there's some sale or coupon they need to know about, and or your weekly blog post, your weekly YouTube video, your weekly podcast. In lieu of any of that, you're going live on your Facebook or Insta or both, and you're doing some sort of a 15-minute demo of a product and how it benefits somebody. And here's a takeaway tip, and my product's here if you need it, right? If you are creating content that your ideal customer wants and or needs and they binge on for the problem that would bring them to a business like yours to buy offerings like yours, they're going to want to hear from you because this is the content that they're binging on to solve their problems, satisfy their desire, or both. You're not being too pushy. That's stuff that you are projecting onto yourself. You have a moral obligation to make this world a better place, one satisfied customer at a time. If you believe in what you're creating, you believe in what you're offering. If you're a coach, course creator, service-based business, whatever, if you believe in it, you're not peddling junk. Why would you be too scared to talk shop about food to a foodie, makeup to a makeup lover? Let's see. You're coaching somebody to have a better life. Beautiful clothes, wonderful makeup, essential oils or candles to make their house look and smell better. Infinity paper. So are you selling beautiful paper for them to handwrite notes on? Are you selling planners and organizers? Why would people not want and or need your stuff? You're not trying to sell to everybody. You're just trying to roll out the red carpet, one piece of not only well created content at a time, but well optimized content at a time to be able to get more people going, oh, I can talk shop with them and other people in the comments section of their posts, their YouTube videos, whatever. We can talk shop. We could talk shop about what's bothering me or about what I love and what I desire and I can't get enough of. Who's going to think you're pushy publishing every day, emailing them at least once a week? And in fact, go Google the stats. You want to make more money? You've got to make more offers. The businesses that do well, they're selling to their list every day or close to it. It depends upon your ideal customer and their tolerance, but a lot of them, daily to near daily is plenty. And here you are feeling like a bad girl for peddling your junk, but it's not junk and you believe in it and you're a good person and your content's good to great. I don't understand. So, you do need an email list. You do need to market to it weekly. Popularity plan from month to month can help you with that. If you're wearing all the hats as your beginner pushing into intermediate, or your intermediate still wearing all the hats, you definitely can use a popularity plan, for example, because that's going to help you put out that daily deliverable more and more. By the way, Instagram is going back to pushing out graphics and photos again, because they got such a backlash with reels, nothing but reels. People were all trying to get off the platform and or were just complaining. So don't worry, the popularity plan still helps you cover your daily deliverable. It's not all just reels and short form video. Although if you're never doing video, it's kind of like you're trying to, especially if you're stuck in the middle and you can't progress, it's kind of like you're using VHS and Betamax methods of marketing only when we've jumped over DVD and Blu-ray and we're on to streaming. So yes, you do want some DVD-esque pictures, graphics, carousels, things like that, but you really need to go into live and replay more, and you really do need to push yourself into video more. Long form video, short form video, and both. Zamoria says, so glad I found you. Hi, my husband and I are starting a coffee shop and we're a total newbie when it comes to marketing. Listening to you gets my brain storming up ideas. I'll be binging all your content. Cool. And you know what else? Thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click the bell notification and select all. We are going to be live on this channel every day through the end of February. And since you're a food service establishment, you do want to study what Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill does. Joe's Dairy Bar on TikTok is over 800,000 followers. On Instagram, it has over 6,000 followers. On Facebook, it's like 12,000 followers for the page and at least 3,300 last I looked for the Facebook group, which is pretty active. We have posts daily. So you want to look at the different types of content that we're doing, the mix of multimedia, and how we are keeping our people engaged. So you do want to follow us on Facebook. You do want to ask to be added to the Facebook group. We don't allow pages in there because what we found, you have to come in as an individual. Because what we found is we're doing such a darn good job in the Hudson Valley region that we have people coming in as pages and then they're just trying to sell to our people, which is like, no. Get your own folks. Goodbye. So, yes, and our email list, we are closing in on 10,000 subs on our email list. Email is like printing money every single week for Joe's. I would say we do about $1,000 in sales from our Facebook Messenger, plus or minus every week. I would say very much the same in the DMs or the direct messages of Instagram. TikTok drives a lot of people to our door. Themselves, their kids or grandkids tell them, and they come from the Hudson Valley region and the tri-state area. We actually do have people coming to Joe's on weekends from outside the tri-state area. Massachusetts loves us. And it was all organic content marketing. We didn't start running paid ads until 2018, but the only time we run paid ads is around the big holidays. So Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, just I think like 4 times or so a year, we'll spend $300 to make back. I mean, it's at least 3,000 or we wouldn't keep doing it just from that. But I'll tell you that our organic content marketing will outperform the paid ads, but it's 2 tranches of income coming in. But we wouldn't run ads on the regular because we don't need to. So definitely, Zamoria, you want to make sure that you're following Joe's. And although over 800,000 people on TikTok sounds really sexy, because it is, we're less than 200,000 away from being a top-level macro influencer, excuse me, on that platform or any other. Because 1 million or more, you are a big influencer, period, on any platform, But to be honest with you, and I've said this through the years, whether you're a paid student of mine or not, if you've watched any of my stuff on YouTube, you know that I have said you could have 1,000 or less, you could have 100 or a couple hundred followers, and at least, I feel very comfortable saying this, at least have a 6-figure business. I was a 6-figure business before I got to 100 on YouTube. Joe's isn't even, let's see, on YouTube, we're like over 900 subs. It's been a 7-figure business since, I want to say honestly, 2018. And every year we have beaten the year before. So even in 2020, which killed a lot of mom and pop shops, period, we ended up having our best year ever. Okay. So I know of that of which I speak. From Joe's, from my own business. And yes, I have dozens and dozens of testimonials on my website as well, which I really need to finish. There's a couple of blog posts I need to get out of template mode, and I need to hook up a couple of things. Like the popularity plan, I want to have all the past collections up for sale on that website. Anise says, I just bought the March popularity plan. Now what? Miss Anise, can you elaborate on that? What's the now what? What do you mean? You have 4 templated emails, one assigned to every week in March. And as we're live, it's February 21st. So you have plenty of time to go through those 4 swipe files, fill in blanks. If you feel like you need to tweak the language to make it sound like it's more you can do that. If you're this works, or I'll add an extra sentence and I think I'm done, that's cool too. And then you schedule those out through your email service provider. Is it MailChimp? Is it OO? Is it ConvertKit? It's whatever you're using. And then the 15 social media swipe files, those are assigned to the 15 different March holidays and tentpole events. So find those graphics in that section of the members area that you'll go to, match those up, and fill in the blanks, tweak the language if you feel you need to, and get those scheduled out. Meta Business Suite is wonderful for Instagram business accounts and your Facebook business page, because you can schedule out to those 2 things simultaneously using the MBS or the Meta Business Suite. And you can schedule those things out a year in advance if you want to. So getting those scheduled and out of your face means that roughly half of March is already covered with just relationship marketing based content. If you're tough at using hashtags, I do use, and a lot of my students, free and paid, use flick.tech. I've never heard a bad thing from anybody. I like it. If you need help with that, you can get a week of it for free in the show notes below. You'll get, they offer several different plans, but the free version for a week unlocks everything. So you can see the full power of Flick, So this way, especially for Instagram, you can use hashtags that you know you can be competitive with, and that you know are still being freshly used, and that you know which ones will get more engagement overall on Instagram versus those that won't. You can also see what competitors are using, and should you use those same hashtags as well. To go back to the other comment about people buy from those who they know, like, and trust, if you are not posting on the regular, people are going to see, like, for a Facebook group or a Facebook page, you're only posting, like, especially if they want to join a group, it'll say has 4 posts a month or has 30 posts a month. No one's going to want to join the nightclub where no one's hanging out at. No one's going to want to follow a page or engage with it if there's barely anything on it. They're going to treat you like a hobbyist because you're going to come across that way. If you're not posting more regularly, you're not providing more value. You're not a huge legacy brand. So see the replay from the other day that talks about legacy brand, little versus legacy is what the thumbnail will show. And you can't compete with like a legacy brand that's been around for years, generations. It's a big box store. It's whatever. They don't have to optimize their posts at all, or they could just use really broad hashtags, really broad keywords in their captions, and they're not worried about ranking. People already know about them. They're going to come to them. They're like a planet with their own gravitational pull. No one else is. So we all have to worry about optimizing appropriately. Lenora says, what about Flickr? Flickr, I think, is closed. Flick.tech is what I'm talking about, and that's in the show notes down below. Where do I access it? Did you? Oh, okay, Anise. Did you just buy it? Because if you did, give it like half an hour to an hour. If it doesn't come, I can't control like email service providers, how fast they'll send out the delivery email to you. Or I can reach out to you on Facebook too, since you're in the Content Marketing for Conversions Facebook group. I can private message you the link so that you can get into the members area. You're one of my chicks, so I recognize you. I can take care of you. But usually it'll take, if you don't instantly get the email saying, hey, thanks for buying the popularity plan for March. And in the body of the email, it'll give you the link to the members area, and it'll tell you, you know, how to go about setting up your access to it. I will tell you guys, I use ClickFunnels to host everything from courses to digital downloads. I don't care what password you all pick, but the email has to be, when you set up your login, it has to be the email that you made the purchase with. That's like the digital key that will unlock the door for you. So Anise says, okay, thanks. Marcy says, look in your promotions section of Gmail too. They end up there. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Anise, definitely. If you're in Gmail, look at that. Look in your spam folder. If you're in a Microsoft Office Outlook environment, you might want to look in your other folder. But yes, do check, Anise. And then you know what? Why don't you reach out to me via DM if it's not in your promotions /spam/other tab. And then I definitely will hook you up. Jacqueline said, I don't want to miss her. She says, I have a few posts on Instagram. I've never done any videos. I need to get cracking. Yes. So Instagram is like, okay, mea culpa, your pictures and your graphic posts. It's not like they weren't getting any reach, but we will try to equalize things a little bit more. But that said, Instagram, well, through Meta, because Meta owns Instagram and Facebook, they're both like having to compete with TikTok. TikTok beat out Google itself for the most visited website in 2021. I don't remember offhand if that was the same for 2022. That's why Google /YouTube under the corporate umbrella Alphabet is like, we're going to push shorts like crazy. And a lot of my growth so far in 2023, because I'm posting 1 to 3 shorts a day, is coming from shorts, to be fair. My longer form content and my live stream /replay content, sure, that brings me new eyeballs and can bring me new subs too. I know how to look at my analytics in the YouTube studio to see who's coming from where, and, you know, and all of that. But your short form video content, like, you guys should see what I do. I take my up to 60-second video and I will post it through the Meta Business Suite to Facebook and Instagram as a Facebook reel and an Instagram reel. I take that same video out of my camera roll and upload it to TikTok and upload it fresh there. Then I take my same video off my camera roll, not sharing otherwise, and I am sending it up to YouTube as a short. And I am growing like crazy now. So that's helped me. Yay. Oh, good, Anise. Thank you, Marcy, for your leadership. I appreciate it. Anise is taken care of. She found it in the promotions. Okay, so everything should be cool there. Yeah. And then that login, no matter what popularity plan pack you buy from me, it's all in the same members area, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because I've been selling one a month for the last 2 years now. But everything's in there. So you guys can, it's the same login link all the time. You'll still get an email from me if you buy every month. I have people who buy every month or close to every month because it just helps them cover their daily deliverable better. And they keep buying for the one simple reason that it does help them cover that base, keep their pre-existing folks happy. The lights are on in someone's home, and it helps put out a digital breadcrumb by one piece of content a day to get more eyeballs on their brand and their stuff. But when it comes to shooting video, I can't help you with that, y'all. You got to shoot like a 30 to 60 second video, under 60 seconds. Once you get to 60, 61 seconds, it won't come up as a short on YouTube. And it won't count as a reel on Instagram or Facebook as a reel. And it will publish to TikTok. I don't know if you're a new TikTok account holder, if they'll automatically unlock at least up to 3 minutes. I've been posting on TikTok for a while, and Joe's Dairy Bar much longer than me, and we can post up to 10 minutes now. Michelle says, and the past months you purchase are always there. That is true. That is true. It is all hosted in the same members area. And again, Anise, that's a perfect example of no like and trust factor. And it goes back to somebody who said, I remember you telling me that people buy from those that they like. Yes, they have to know you. They have to know, like, and trust you as a brand leader. Oh, that was Michelle. She said, I heard you say something about how hard it is for a stranger to order. There's so much competition. And if they feel like you're a hobbyist and they see another brand, even if it's on Etsy, because not all of my students are Etsy-based people or products-based people, but for those who are, they're like, what does content marketing do for me? What does having my own website and my home brand presence to sell through, in addition to Etsy, do for me? Go Google, up to 80% of people will not buy from you if you don't have your own website because they feel like you're a hobbyist or a fly-by-night versus, and this is Etsy and non-Etsy driven, versus you're an actual business with an actual presence. Even if you just have a 5-page brochure site, as they call it, you have home, you have about, you have your contact, like a couple of basic pages, you just feel more real. And that helps with that initial KLT factor or no like and trust factor. And then being at least in the top 2 social media platforms that your niche would tend to go to day to day. They might go to more, but if you're a beginner, keep it at 2. Don't go crazy. Don't burn out. Once you're intermediate to advanced and you have a team, you can leverage more. Okay. But when people see you in places that make sense to them that you should be at, so say Facebook and Instagram, if your people are 30s, 40s, 50s, TikTok and Instagram for pretty much anybody. TikTok, more than 50% of the people on there are adults now, and the fastest growing demographic is still female Gen Y, which a lot of my students, no matter what business model they're working, say that that's their ideal customer, a Gen Y female, usually with kids, not always. Hey, guess what? She's on TikTok. You need to be there. So, but taking that same video and posting it fresh. Again, Meta Business Suite, you can save it. You can share it to both Instagram and Facebook. You won't get dumbed down reach. You take that same video that you already put there and you try to share it to TikTok or TikTok to YouTube Shorts or all sorts of places. When it's different companies, you will get dumbed down reach. You will not get the reach that you deserve to get if you just post fresh, because Meta owns both Facebook and Instagram. you don't have that negative phenomenon going there. You can share the same thing through the Meta Business Suite, Facebook Reel, Instagram Reel, you're fine. Okay, guys, this has been way longer than the other days. I don't care. Do you guys have any other questions for me while I'm live? So if you feel like you're stuck in the middle, you have proof of concept, you are definitely profitable, even if it's barely so. And now you just want to up your profitability. You have to get an email list and you have to email it weekly. The popularity plan might help you do that. But popularity plan or no, if you're too scared to email your list, that's a toxic relationship with your list. And people are going to feel that or they're going to forget you exist. And you will get more unsubscribes, which all that will do is to set up, it will reinforce your negative feelings. See, when I reach out by email, a ton of people will unsubscribe. Now, if you've had an email list and you've basically left them for dead, I guarantee you every week for the next month, you will have more unsubscribes than you would normally have, but train up the rest of that list that stays with you. I'm not just making sales announcements. I'm not just announcing new collections or retirements of collections. If I'm a coach or a course creator or both, I'm not just saying enrollment open, enrollment closed all the time. I'm providing you with value too. Is it a weekly blog post? Is it a weekly podcast? Is it a weekly YouTube video? Is it a weekly demo that I do live and I post the replay and I share with you the links to those things? Or I went live on Instagram and I'm letting you know, and here's my handle if you're not following me already. Or I put a really great informative carousel up. You know, you like to talk shop about whatever, right? So here, they will go, they will follow, they will subscribe, and they will be grateful. And they will get to know, like, and trust you, your brand, and its offerings more, one piece of content at a time, right? People will buy from business owners that they know, like, and trust. I run no ads. I'm an organic content marketing coach. How dare I run ads, right? And I have a very nice 6-figure business and a great deal of profitability just doing what I do, right? So come on. So seems like everybody's in a good place. These tend to go a lot shorter, around 15 to 20 minutes, guys. So the replay list is in the show notes below. So is a link to the popularity plan. So catch up with all the free trainings. Definitely check out Funnel Dynasty if you want more. I don't do one-on-one, but I can spotlight your business and do one-on group and give you a lot more attention through Funnel Dynasty. That's also a 7-module course that also has 24 bonuses. Any stumbling block your business has will very likely get addressed through the bonuses, the course, and then the one-on groups. We can definitely work on the formula you guys plug in. We can definitely evaluate your business, its content and stuff from week to week. That's my best offering. That's how I can help you best. And I will otherwise talk to you guys later. Bye.